Hello guys, it's Chomster here doing another weekly Blaze. So, today's actually Saturday, it's around 6 a.m. I'm starting this weekly Blaze early because it's fairly close to when the leaks or news comes out, hoping to avoid that. So I figured I'd start today, probably be fine tomorrow, but yeah. So as far as the leaks go, we know Samurai Saber is the UX starter, has the whole launcher, has a 270 ratchet. It has a new bit, but we don't know what the bit is. I've heard the name Hold, but I think Hold's just the launcher name, so don't know what it's called. Looks really weird though, but is what it is. So that's cool. Also, apparently, Samurai Saber has a gimmick to where like the blades pop out, like two small blades pop out. So pretty cool. Interested to see how that works, but yeah. Then there's the BX booster and the UX customized set. My prediction for the BX booster is a second BX wizard. I think this makes the most sense. I don't know what else it could be. Like, why would they just have a second BX bay? Unless it's like a Dronzer or something. Like a kind of like how they did, the three of the four Bachman shoot motifs. And we just got Silver Wolf based on Wolborg, so it could be. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be. I feel like Dronzer would be one that they would do sooner. So I feel like that would have to be paired with like new Pendragon base. So I'm gonna say a second wizard, and I will get it back to that. Um, as far as the parts on a second wizard go, maybe like 280? Nah, probably not 280. I don't know what it'd be. It'd probably pair with the blade, but probably. Actually, yeah, maybe not 280. Maybe it could be like. I don't know, like 5. No, probably not 5. 260 or like 760 or something. Yeah, 760. Don't know, maybe like a shorter one and then like have like a low ball or something. Like maybe a little bit wider ball. It's lower. Have like a short stamina type. That could be interesting. As far as the customized set goes, I have no clue what they'll have for the two extra pulls. Maybe something like a rush reprint. Um, maybe something else newer, like maybe an elevate bit would be cool. Aside from that, though, the ratchets for the other two bays, gonna say probably probably 760. I think that would be one that they put in, and then maybe like 160. I could see that. Or maybe like 170 to get like a new ratchet or something. That'd be cool. Blades, I'm assuming that they'll do probably one UX blade at least as a reprint. Maybe like Drawn Buster or something. I think the other one's gonna be Cobalt Drake. I think they'll do a Cobalt Drake reprint here. Or if the BX bay is like a Dronzer thing or something, or just something new, maybe the second like new band here will actually be the second BX Wizard, and they'll do like Drawn Buster and Hellshammer recolors, and then a new Knight for the other bay. Yeah, I think the UX bay here has to be a UX Knight. Um, I guess I could avoid that if they do like if they don't do a second BX Wizard, but I think a UX Knight's pretty likely. Um, but I think the other bay, the real second bay, will actually be a UX Shark. I think that'd be really cool. As far as parts go, I could see maybe a UX Shark being like a 5, like not 5. I don't know what shape it'd be, but maybe like, let's say it's two-sided again, like maybe like 250. That could be crazy. And then they could honestly just do like, I don't know what bit they would do. Maybe like low Excel. That could be cool. And then for Night Shield, I'm gonna guess maybe like 780. 780 with like wide needle. That could be interesting. Don't know how they do parts here, but yeah, those are my guesses for today. Um, I'll come back. Probably next time we'll be talking about like leaks or news because that should be pretty early in the week. Unless if I, cause say Saturday. So unless if I like when I wake up I have my package or something, that'd be really cool. But if it doesn't come today, then all my audio schedule's messed up. But yeah, I will have to do those like Monday or something. I don't know if it even gets here by Monday. But for right now, yeah, I think that's everything I have to say for my predictions. So we'll see if I am right or wrong or somewhere in between. But yeah, I'll be back for whatever that is. Alright, it is now Sunday about 12:30. I know there is the news out today, but I'll talk about that later because today I have a package which I'm going to open up. It's the GameStop package, so last time I messed up my order. Did give me I did get Samurai Steel after from GameStop, so the second order was right. But the first order I got Terra, Stroke, and Night Shield. They screwed up, but let's see if I get it right this time. Had to cut the video because I opened, or I turned it to the wrong side and my information was just on the screen, so unfortunate, but okay. Prediction time. I think I get Bear Scratch and Wizard Arrow. I think that'll give me Tyranitar. Okay. So we are off to a good start here. I did get Bear Scratch. Good start. Is this Tyranitar? They actually got it right. They didn't screw up this time. Wow. Cool. I actually have my 2 bays. Nice. These are the correct ones. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go back to what I was doing. Record the news later. Record these later. They'll be up the 14th, which is before this video, but yeah. Alright, it is now Sunday, like 1:30 a.m. So I just opened up my stuff like an hour or so ago. And yeah, so very, very glad that those were actually correct. I was worried about that. Anyway, so yeah, the leaks did come out earlier than expected. I'm very glad I started recording yesterday, otherwise that would have been a big problem. That said, let me pull out the leaks. Okay. So, Samurai Saber, we already knew about this on the Hold Launcher, Samurai Saber, the gimmick. But the full name of the combo is Samurai Saber 270 level, so it's called the level bit. The bit looks a lot like the Venture bit from Burst, or Venture Driver, I mean. Have a flat part in the center, outside is like a ring, except it's plastic instead of rubber. And the outer parts are like jagged and stuff. Very interesting. Curious how that'll work. But yeah, that one pretty self-explanatory. Already knew it. But yeah, and also I'm gonna wait to get into these like further until the gimmicks are out, so like official release. But just talking about like the parts and stuff for now. But anyway. So the BX Bay, I did mention this I think yesterday. I thought it might be like a Dronzer based Bay. It is. Kind of surprised. I really thought it was gonna be a second BX Wizard, but yeah. So this Bay is Crimson Garuda 470 Transpoint. So 470 reuse ratchet from Tyranno Beat, sure. But yeah, Crimson Garuda. We have our Dronzer Bay. So now we have all 4 of them plus Wolbarg. Pretty huge actually, so really, really cool. Glad to see that finally exists. And then Transpoint. This looks like kind of a twist driver. Point is the main one, but I think if you twist it, like it becomes more of a flat, so at least I assume that's how it works, which is really cool. Glad to actually have something like that. A mode change driver like that is really, really cool to see. Finally getting some more unique bays in Beyblade X. It's been rough. And now we have the customized set. To my knowledge, it's just called the customized set. In the video, I'll probably just call it like the UX customized set, because I don't want to just call it the customized set. We've already gotten like multiple of them from Burst. It just sounds weird to not have a name attached to it, but anyway. So we have 4 blades, 3 ratchets, and 6 bits. Why can't we just have 4 bays? Or better yet, keep the 2 extra bits, but just include 1 extra ratchet. It feels very awkward to exclude a ratchet. Like, if you're gonna exclude anything, I feel like it'd make more sense to have like a leftover like ratchet and then leftover bits, and just have all the blades used. But for some reason they're like, no, we only give you 3 ratchets for 4 blades. Why? So there's 2 main bays in here, and then like everything else is kind of there. So the extra parts, the extra ratchet's 160. Like really, um, that's a kind of an L choice for an extra part. But anyway, now the extra bits are pretty cool. One of them's metal needle, which it is technically a prize part from Ryan Booster Select, but I don't like it. But sure, I guess the other one's Rush. I know people want Rush to come back out. I mean, sure, solid re-release because I imagine people want another Rush, so it's probably a set people are going to buy as well. So yeah. And also the last one, which is very interesting. This is actually an extra part that is Rubber Excel. I was not anticipating the Rubber Excel pick in here. So yeah, if you're waiting for Rubber Excel instead of waiting until March, you apparently can just get it now. So yeah, these come out November. All this stuff comes out November 2nd, by the way. So like very very so like what 3 weeks. Um, and then as far as the 2 extra blades go, you have a blue painted Hell's Hammer and then a red painted Tyranno Beat. So pretty cool choices actually. Would have preferred a Cobalt Drake here, but like Tyranno Beat is a prize part, so I'm not going to complain that much. I think Hell's Hammer, I would have personally picked a different UX bay here, unless if it was like a full-on Persona reference set, which is not. I probably would have went with Drawn Buster or Wizard Rod, but I guess they already reprinted Wizard Rod once, so probably just Drawn Buster. Well, I guess they're doing the set with Drawn Buster. Okay, Hell's Hammer might actually make sense here. Sure. Although I wish that maybe we got the blue Tyranno Beat and then a red Hell's Hammer. I think the red on Hell's Hammer would have looked way cooler, but maybe that's just me. That aside, we have the 2 main bays. So the secondary bay in this set, I thought it was going to be a UX Shark or just something else. It's Terra Swing 770 Ball. So, by the way, Terra Stroke apparently was not the name of Talon Terra. It is Terra Swing, which is better. I hated the name Stroke. I almost want to just call it Terra Talon, but Terra Swing, I actually like that name quite a bit. I think it has the same like little metal prongs as Tyranno Beat, and I think Beat Swing. I think that works really well as like a naming scheme. Um, yeah, Terra Swing, and the part combos. It's Terra Swing at 770 ball, so it does reuse ball, which Terra Talon, well, Talon Terra did have. But the ratchet's different. Instead of 380, it is 770, a new part. Of course, 70 being I guess somewhat new from the UX line, but also yeah, 7-sided ratchet we first saw on Leon Crest. So here's 770. This is definitely the, I guess, side bay of the set, but at least we got another bay in the set. It's the first, I think, set we've gotten that has multiple new bays, so. I'm split on this one. I would have rather had a second wizard here, honestly. That would have been way better. And then again, maybe you could have like a Drawn Buster in here to pair with Hell's Hammer, but it's fine overall. I just, yeah, I mean, like the extra parts are fine, but I don't know. I just wish that this wasn't a blade variant, because again, Terra Swing is just a variant of Viper Tail. It's not that new. We're getting a reused bit in the ratchet. While it is new, it's not like that interesting, so this bay doesn't feel great, I'm not gonna lie. But the new bay here, the interesting one, the new UX bay. So I was right on this one. I don't think I was right on the reasoning, but I don't know, it's something, I guess, that at least we're getting this. Night Mail 385 Bound Spike. So new Ratchetite just dropped. The 4th Ratchetite after over a year. I really need to get going on these, but 85. I would have preferred like anything else, I think. I guess aside from like 90, but like I could have seen like 65 or even 75 would have been better, honestly, but I don't think 75 is all necessary either. 65 would have made more sense. If nothing else, just having more options in a deck. If you use like, let's just say 960, you want another 960, but you can't do that, so 965. But we didn't get that. 55 would have been great, or even 50, but 85? But 385, sure. Nightmail, I hear there's some like ball gimmick. I'm wondering if it's like Orbegus, where there's like free spinning metal balls on the blade or something. Maybe that is what the gimmick is. I don't know yet. It's hard to tell from the Korokoro, so no clue. And then the bit, although the blade does look really cool, so I'm excited for Nightmail, but I just don't know what it's all about yet. So again, that's why we are going to wait to do further discussions until the official stuff comes out. But the bit, the name's weird. It's called Bound Spike. I would have expected Bound Needle. I don't know exactly how the shape of this bit is working. It looks kind of like Needle, but a little bit different maybe. But apparently it will be able to kind of shock absorb. Apparently there's like some extra, not leniency. I guess leniency could work 'cause I can't think of the name. Or less, it can absorb more tension. That's what I meant to say. So it can like kind of bend in more when it lands. So it's kind of like nothing from Beyblade Burst. I don't think it's going to be quite that springy though. I don't know how it springs, but it might be more like power, where it can push in, but maybe it's like not as easy to push in. To where it's meant to basically like stay out normally. But when it lands, yes, it does kind of spring in a little bit. I mean, it's an okay idea. I'm not against this. It's not that interesting though, but it is what it is, I guess. But hey, we got our UX Knight. I really hope we get a second BX Wizard at some point just to balance the motifs. I don't care if it literally has like 260 ball. I don't care. Just give me a second Wizard for the sake of having it. That's all I care about. It can be a secondary prize bay. It doesn't matter. Just give me this bay. So we can have balanced motifs. It looks really awkward to not, so. But that's for a later time. Right now we have UX Knight, which is great. I was definitely hoping for UX Knight. So yeah, overall, I think this news is mostly good. I think that the extra parts, well, okay. I think Crimson Garuda, good. I like it. I also like Samurai Saber. I like both these bays a lot. Customized set, a little bit less certain on. I do, for overall, even with some complaints, I do like Nightmail. Like, yeah, could they have made the name more consistent? Like, why not Bounce Needle instead of Bounce Spike? Anyway, 85 is kind of over, but like, you know what? It's still a new bay. New Ratchet is always nice to see, so at least we're getting more, at least. That's nice. But like, yeah, the second bay in here, Terra Swing, like the two, like, I guess the extra parts, well, first up, would have been great to just have two extra ratchets so we can make four proper bays here, but, part choices were okay. They're mostly fine. At least you get Rubber Excel. I don't know what combo I'll make, because I mean, you can still make a third combo. I don't know which one I will choose. I think the 160 is like brown, which is terrible. I don't know why you choose 160 for like a brown ratchet for an extra ratchet, but if it's brown, I'll probably go with Tyranno Beat just because it's red. If the ratchet's brown, that kind of pairs pretty well with the original color scheme when you think about it. And I'll probably put like Rubber Excel on it because like it's a new bit, and then I'll just have like Hell's Hammer, Metal Needle, and Rush as my extra parts. Probably how I'll set it up. I'll have to see like the official images for better colors, but yeah. Anyways, that's all for all the news for now. Again, I will come back later in the week to kind of talk about the official stuff and if there's anything else that they announce. Sometimes they have extra stuff, so if it's there, I'll talk about it. If not, then we'll just go over the gimmicks. So I think that's all for now until then, so I will return when that stuff finally gets announced. Alright, it is now Tuesday, like just after midnight. Official news dropped earlier and whatnot, but first, I'm going to turn the camera this way. Also, one thing, before I even get to that, one thing I learned from looking at all those 2017 weekly blazes from last week, when I discovered all of them, I should probably, like, move more, like, in general, like, I feel like I just stand in one spot and, like, point the camera, like, if I'm gonna, like, it's already stupid enough to even record this, I should probably, like, throw this on, like, a blank screen, or, like, just, like, at my channel logo while I talk, and it's literally just, like, a podcast in that sense, but, like, if I'm gonna stand here and talk, I should probably, like, move around or something. And maybe at least show stuff a little bit more often. I know I do try to show stuff when I can, but like maybe a bit more often would be nice. So yeah. Also, think about how I want to do that. It's because I do want to show more stuff, but I don't want to like disrupt the flow of my videos by doing that. So I'll think about it again. These are unlisted videos at this point. People don't really watch them, so I can figure that out or experiment when I feel like it. Anyway, now when I turn to the left here, you're gonna notice a difference in my room. It's actually a big difference because I always point this way, and you see there are now curtains there. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's weird because I always point this way, and it's always just like my blinds. I think that's the main takeaway because it's just such a big part of the wall. Now it's just blinds, which is weird. Also, sorry if I sound weird. I just sneezed and like my nose and throat's all messed up like before I recorded. Unfortunate. I mean, I'm fine. I'm not sick or anything. I just sneezed and it just messed me up for some reason. Anyway. But yeah, now, do the curtains match particularly well, or I don't know about that, but also, do they look kind of out of place? Yes. However, I don't care. The reason I don't care is because these are actually blackout curtains. You can't really tell from here. I could try and like zoom in. Wait, why don't I just walk over there? I could move. This is the problem with Wicked Blazes. I just decided not to move anymore. But you can kind of see up there, like, it kind of just touches the wall. And, yeah, so blackout curtains are special because the curtain rod has to, like, curve into the wall and has to be in a way to where the curtains can actually move basically against the wall like that, to cover light. I need to figure out the bottom part there because that lets a little bit of light in. And I know it's not going to like stop light 100%, which is fine. But, you know, I do want to eliminate it a little bit more if possible. But it does a great job. Like, it's basically the best way I could describe it is like when the sun is just starting to rise, you know, it's like, you know, the sun's risen, but it's still like all the way in the, you know, the east, and it's kind of like storming out. So it's like kind of light out, but it's really cloudy, and the sun hasn't come up fully, so it's still pretty dark. You know, it's still light enough outside though. But when you're in here, because the sun's all the way over, because the east is that way. So if it's all the way over there, and here is pretty dark. It's not like perfectly, it's not like pitch black, but it's pretty dark. That's how it is in here when it's perfectly sunny out, so it's pretty nice. It's great. I used to be like an absolute psychopath because I would straight up sleep during the day with my blinds open with no curtains, which is like, why did I do that? Eventually I did start closing the blinds, mainly because I got a new bed though. The one I had before this for a few years, which, it was higher off the ground. I'm like, it feels awkward to have a bed, like I don't think people are gonna like see me in the window laying there. I don't think that's even possible. But like for some reason, I'm like, you know what? Just in case, like from a distance, if someone's like on the roof or something, they can like see me. Rather not. So I decided to start closing the blinds, and that was like a lot better. But not perfect. But now this helps a lot. Like it'll actually help me sleep, or at least it should. It's not bad in here when it's cloudy, but when it's sunny, it's just like this room is too light at all times, and yeah. It's not be dark in here at all times, which is great. Also, I need to fix that wall scroll. It's like slightly offset. It's hard to tell on camera though, at least. But yeah, I need to fix that. Like, got slightly offset when the lines were going up. But yeah. Anyways, getting back to the news here for Beyblade. So for Beyblade, we did get some new stuff actually announced. Not announced, but shown. I actually needed to make my video pretty soon here. I'm going to do that. Well, I actually need to charge my camera better, so I guess I'll just like sit here on my phone for a bit or something while it charges up a little bit more. But so yeah, Transpoint, you know, on Crimson Garuda, got a better look at that. That looks pretty neat. I actually need to look more into what that thing does. It basically just switches between like point and flat, I believe. But yeah, it looks cool. I like it. You know, Samurai Saber's looking cool. Better look at the level bit. Looks good. It's kind of like Point, except then there's like a third part on like the very outside, a little bit higher up, which is like really chaotic, which can help it get to the extreme line better, kind of like a gear flat thing they mentioned, so that's cool. And then apparently the customized set, it's called the customized set U, so, you know, obviously based on UX. So at least we have a proper name, I'm glad. I was very upset that we didn't, so So if they just called it customized set, I was not going to be happy about it. But no, customized set U. In the video title, I was just going to put UX, or like UX customized set if they didn't have a name, but nope, they do, so we're good. Yeah, a couple things to note. So bounce spike, it doesn't look exactly like spike, which is nice. It's a little bit bigger, and also yeah, it bounce like the whole bounce thing, shock absorption. But 385 is apparently considered a single piece, so I don't know what that entirely means. My assumption is that when you put the ratchet on and you twist it, the whole thing just twists. So there's no outer part that twists or inner part that, and the inner part just stays as is. I think you just put the thing on, the whole thing does twist. I wonder if this is a new style of ratchet they're going for now. And also, I do wonder if that means we're going to inevitably see reprints of the current ratchets in that style. Makes me wonder, so... Very interesting. So ratchets look like they might be a bit different. They might just be single parts now. They're not going to be... Well, I mean, this isn't a confirmed thing, but like they might be switching to a method of, doing that to where, yeah, they're single parts. Might be easier for spin direction stuff. That might be why, but very interesting choice nonetheless. I am very curious to how that's going to work, but yeah, cool. Also, Nightmail, the metal balls, I don't really know what they're supposed to do, but they move vertically, apparently, in the bay. I don't know how that's going to work exactly, or what that's, again, meant to do, but... Sure. Also, as far as the other things go, I don't know if I mentioned that the point bit comes. I think I mentioned there were 6 bits, but I feel like I just didn't mention the point bit yesterday, so if I didn't mention that, that's a 6 bit I missed. But, apparently, Terra Swing doesn't have an official combo. 770 Ball was the Korokoro recommended combo, so you basically get we get 1 bay in here, but 3 extra blades, 2 extra ratchets, 5 extra bits, so make what you want from that. So Terra Swing... I don't know, it's kind of weird, but sure, I guess. I'll make a combo for it. Might just stick it to 770 Ball, like the Korokoro said, but it doesn't color match well. I think 160 matches better, but at the same time, I don't want it to have 160, because 160 sucks. Might use it anyway, just because of the color matching stuff, but we'll see. Although, if I do that, then I guess also, because I was going to use the Tyranno Beat recolor as my third combo, I guess then 770 would actually work better on that, and I can give it Rubber Excel. But then, like, it's just like this weird recolor with, like, 2 new parts, which is just really awkward. So I kind of want to give Terra Swing 770. But it doesn't make sense, so I don't really know what to do with that. I'll have to think about it, but yeah. So that's everything for now. I hope we don't get news in, like, the next day, because I'm going to record this video in, like, a half an hour or less. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, that's everything for now. I'll talk more later this week about other stuff. I don't think I talked about anime stuff like I was going to last week. So I talk more about that, I guess. This is a little bit more this week, I guess I could talk about. It's only, like, barely even Tuesday, so, yeah. But anyways, I believe that is everything, so... At least for today, so yeah. Is it? Yeah. Oh yeah, also for that video, I have to cover the drawn deck starter. Almost forgot about that, so... I'll have to get all that stuff in order and record that video, and then yeah, I'll be back at some point this week to just talk about whatever else, and again, if there's any other news, I will talk about that then, so I guess we'll see what happens. Alright, it's now about 3:45 a.m. on Thursday, so yeah, nothing really in particular today. I just have my box of, my current box of Beyblade X stuff out. I did say I wanted to try and be a bit more, not active, just doing other stuff. Because again, looking back at my my old weekly blazes, I used to do a lot more, so I'll at least try and do a little bit more when it makes sense to. And yeah, I do want to show my current case here. It's close to full at this point, but yeah. I'm working on this one since late July. Of course, you could see, these two, Cobalt Druid and Black Shell. Then August, you get Leon Claw. Whole Phoenix Starter deck set, the Sphinx Skull, Wyvern Gale recolors, Phoenix Starter itself, and then, of course, that kind of takes us till September with my birthday stuff, and you got Black Dronzer. Let's try to fix the focus on this, actually. There we go. Black Dronzer, Giants, Drawn Dagger, Gold Knight Shield, then we have the 2 Lightning Eldragos here. This is Barrage and Upper. Of course, getting into October now with Whale Wave. I just got that one a couple weeks ago. And then just last week, I think I showed these in the weekly blaze from last week, and you got the Unicorn Stingray color, the unique one to Hasbro, Croc Crunch, another Purple Net Shield, same one from the Drawn Dagger deck set, and then Kong Yell. I think it was the start of this weekly blaze, right? Where I had Bear Scratching, Tyranitar, and then, of course, just now, I also have Silverwolf. Got this today. Well, technically yesterday, but is what it is. We have Silverwolf. Very interesting to see, honestly, so very excited to have that one already. So now we're just waiting on the November releases and whatnot. Let's see all my cases and stuff down here. These are all my Beyblade X cases so far. That's older burst stuff, but yeah, anyway. Alright, that is a very heavy drawer because there's a ton of Beyblade stuff in there. It's always annoying to close, but yeah. You actually just finished the Silver Wolf video, like, not even 5 minutes before I started recording this, so yeah, just finished. So that's good. The video will go up on the 18th, so tomorrow morning, which is nice. Just put up the news sort of video yesterday. Probably could have done Silver Wolf today, but I don't really feel like dealing with it, so yeah, I don't know. I am like abnormally tired today. Maybe if I did the Silver Wolf thing earlier, I would have. But I was watching stuff. I mean, I went from, because I woke up, and then like immediately, I woke up at like 7 p.m. Immediately went downstairs to watch the Bulls game. 'Cause I do watch basketball sometimes, and there's like a player who hadn't played in like years at this point, so he was playing for the first time. So I have to watch that. Then I watched anime, then watched a stream, and then that stream finished. What time is it? I mean, that stream finished maybe like an hour ago at most, and I came up here, had to turn my camera a bit, unboxed Silver Wolf, so now I'm just kind of here. I'm like, I don't really want to keep doing stuff. It's almost 4 a.m. Like, I'm just going to watch some YouTube stuff for the next few hours, and probably come up here at 7 something, because again, I am like abnormally tired, and then hopefully sleep before 9. But we'll see. Yeah, anyway, I think that's all for today. I just want to like show the Beyblade stuff that I got, because again, I used to do this way more often, where I like show stuff that I had, and try and do a little bit more, and whatnot. Yeah, we'll see. Again, there's gonna be weeks where I don't really do anything in particular at all, and just stand here. At the very least, I can maybe like aim different directions or something. I actually used to stand like around here a lot, I feel, or even sit. But yeah, it's just kind of a dark room though, so I don't know how interesting that is. But no, whatever. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But yeah, just thought it'd be fun. Record for 5 or so minutes, talk about the new stuff, and yeah. And I will be back later this week, so I still do have a couple things to talk about for this week. I also have to give my schedules. I almost forgot about that. Hey, I will say, for October, I think I'm basically almost done with October videos. Silver Wolf will come out the 18th, and after that, I think the 22nd or so, I will have up a video about the Hasbro variants. I already recorded that video, actually. I'm just waiting, because I don't feel like making extra videos this month. Because I already did all my plans. It was very front-loaded. So I'm just holding that video for about a week or so, because I did that one a couple days ago at this point. It's going to be like over a week after I recorded it when it goes up. But that one I will put up 22nd or so, give or take a couple days. Well, probably would be later if anything, but still. And then there's only one other video I have to record for the month. That will be about potentially not releasing BX Bays anymore, and if we should be done with them. We just transition fully to UX, but that will be probably the last video of the month, probably around the 30th, maybe a little bit before, we'll see. And then November, so that's all my October stuff already. Like I'm done basically. I just have one more video to make, and then well, 2 videos I still need to upload, and then 1 video I have to actually make, but that's it. I guess this video also I have to finish and upload, but that's different. Yeah, I will have to figure out my full November schedule, so I could talk about that in a few days, also talk about the anime stuff I want to talk about, and call it there. So anyways, I will be back tomorrow, day after, something like that, to talk about that stuff, and yeah, anyway. Guess we'll see what happens with that. Alright, it is now Saturday at like 12:30 a.m. So, final clip for this week. Couple things to talk about. First, anime, then my November schedule. So, for anime, I believe My Hero Academia Season 7 finished. Alright, talk about this one. Did not get off to a great start. But I think for like the main war stuff, like the Todoroki stuff was actually good. The last couple episodes, especially the last episode, were actually good as well. A couple of good episodes here and there, but I think for the most part, yeah, it just feels a little bit all over the place. Not great, not bad, just it's fine. Like a okay season. Not like the season 2's level, or even 3's, honestly. Probably around 1 or 6, I would say. Well, probably not 6 either, honestly, because the one Vigilante arc was pretty good, but around 1's level, maybe a bit better than 1. But certainly better than 4 and 5, so that's good. Yeah, probably around there. Like, probably dead center, honestly. And apparently, yeah, Season 8 will be the final season as well, so there's that. Moving on from that, though, I did finish Date A Live. So I don't know where I was when I talked about this, but I think I mentioned Season 3. Yeah, so Season 3, it was more Date A Live. It was more Season 1, 2, it was just kind of fine. Season 4 started to actually have an interesting plot, though. I thought Nia was probably the most interesting character in terms of like the typical stuff, and then Mukuro is also pretty good. Nothing is crazy with her though, but she was still good. I liked her arc, and then of course going further into like Kurumi and stuff, and kind of proving why she is just straight up the best character in the series. Season 5 was kind of actually insane. The stuff with Mio, like I kind of, because we always knew like, oh, you know, the main character, he doesn't really know his past, but he has this like, there's also this like secret like spirit of origin, like, oh, he doesn't remember his past. Of course they're gonna have a connection, right? But the way they went about this was completely unexpected. I don't think it's much of a spoiler to even say they had a connection, because like obviously there was gonna be something there, but the way they went about it was genuinely shocking. Like, I would never have guessed that was gonna be what the connection was. Like, oh no, I haven't seen something like that before. So the backstory was great. The whole concept of season 5, I think, was really good. The only problem towards the end, the pacing, it was rough. It was pretty rough. I think they still made it work though. Like, it didn't completely fall apart. You know, it's not like a Promised Neverland season 2 type of situation. Could that have been better? For sure. Like 100% should have been better. But it was still pretty solid. And I think the early season 5 stuff is genuinely good. Especially that backstory, like that was actually really good for no reason. Like, I was not expecting that level of writing to come out of this series at all. And I know there's also Data Bolt, which is like 2 episodes, kind of a Kurumi spin-off. That it was fine. It was okay, nothing crazy, but yeah. Data Life, though, the main series, actually ended up being pretty solid. Doesn't not seem like much. It's still good, but nothing too crazy. But there's definitely some good moments later on for sure. So that was nice to see. And of course, Kurumi proved, as always, you know, she is the best character in the series by far. It really isn't close, I'm not gonna lie. Well, there's still other characters I like for sure, but I mean, as far as the best character, it's not close. Yeah, they really made sure she was the best character, I feel. And yeah, she is. 100%, so... Especially with the later stuff and her impact, yeah, no, she is the best character in the entire series. Bar none. So yeah, overall, I actually did enjoy Data Live. I kind of wish I watched it earlier. I think Season 3 would have been fine. I think if I watched it around the time it finished, which was early 2019, I think at that point I still would have enjoyed it more than I would have now, because I think at that point I'd gotten more competent with anime, but I wasn't nearly as competent as I am now. So I think season 3 I still would have enjoyed more back then. But yeah, I kind of wish I watched 4 earlier on. I think I would have been way more excited for season 5, and I think, yeah, season 5 I was a good time with. I mean, obviously I did watch it, pretty quickly after it finished, within a couple months, but, yeah, no, it was a good time. Also, if I watched Data Vault in 2020, I think I would have also liked it a little bit more, but it is what it is. Anyway. The actual newer anime I watched. First up was Plus Size Elf. So I heard this manga is actually like really like a good comedy anime or good comedy manga. So I was actually like, you know what? Okay, this one has kind of an interesting concept to it, and here it's a good comedy series. So all right, sure, I'll give it a shot. And I remember I saw the score on this thing. I'm like, oh, it's dangerously low, but maybe people just don't like the concept of this one. I know series like this definitely get lower scores just because of how they are, but I thought maybe people didn't like the concept, but at the same time, I'm like, that is a very low score for something like this. So I don't know, I'm kind of almost just curious now to see what happened, and yeah, I could see why. So I felt like there was definitely something there, but it felt like the people who made it didn't actually know how to make an anime, like with writing and stuff. Like I could tell that there's stuff there, they just didn't. I felt like they read it and just didn't know how to adapt it. Also, doesn't help that the animation looked atrocious. I don't know what happened. Like, it was barely animated. I'm not gonna lie. There's the opening. Like, there's a sequence in the opening that just looks super awkward. Like they did not. Like they had to have been like really understaffed, really rushed to make this. Like, because if it's someone's job to animate, I don't imagine the animators themselves are like bad at animating, right? Like no way, they're animators. But if you're rushed and have like no budget, yeah, you're gonna make some janky animation, and I think they must have been very low on budget, very much rushed, and yeah, it showed. The writers probably were as well. It was a mess of a series. It was very bad, for sure. Not good. Again, I could tell there was probably something there, at least, from the manga, but, like, yeah, anime was not good. As of right now, I am currently watching about 2/3 of the way through Nokotan, the Shikonoko opening anime. I know the opening is kind of famous at this point, but yeah. I've actually liked this one quite a bit. I see that it also has a lower score than I expected. Apparently people are like, oh, it's like trying to be funny but isn't. I feel like it's one of those cases where, like, is it a 10 out of 10 comedy series? No. It's not. But I feel like it's a case where, I've seen this before, it's a series that gets criminally underrated because people don't understand that. The comedy here definitely, like, it definitely uses internet humor, but it's very Japanese as well. So I think if you're unaware of a lot of the, like, Japanese, like, humor and stuff, and just kind of Japanese, like, folklore as well, I think it definitely gets lost in translation. And I can see, if you don't know that, I could see why this anime would not be overly funny. At least, like, I mean, it has some comedy for sure, but, like, I can see why people wouldn't like it as much, but I feel like knowing more about the series, like, more about, Japanese culture and stuff, I think, the series is actually pretty good. Kind of like Joshiraku, that series, that's actually my favorite common anime of all time, but that one has a lot of, like, references to Japan, Japanese pop culture, Rakugo, which is a very Japanese style of comedy. Like, if you don't know that stuff, Joshiraku probably just seems like an okay comedy anime that kind of has a lot of misses, but still sometimes funny, kind of like this series, but when you know that stuff, I think it's really good. And this series isn't quite to that level, but it is still really good, I think. So yeah, I think that is all of the anime stuff I had to say. So I guess I'll shift gears now into the news. So my November schedule, so I do have that actually made. So this is a pretty shocking one. Okay, so we'll start off, I guess least will be Bottleman. I will have Reimagining Bottleman. I don't know if this video is going to happen. I will do a Bottleman video. I do want to get another Bottleman video out for November. I don't know if it'll be this or not. This one depends on how well I can do it. I do have the prototype stuff written out and the DX stuff and GodCap stuff sort of in mind. I just don't have as much of the original stuff thought out yet. But if I could do Reimagining Bottleman in November, that'd be great. But if not, I will probably think of a different discussion to do. Yes, there will be a Battleman video in November. Also for Weekly Blaze, we got November 10th through November 16th. That will be the November news week. So we are skipping how many weeks? 2 weeks? No, 3 weeks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the last full week of October, the week kind of transitions from October to November, and then yeah, the final, not the final, the first November week. Oh yeah, actually, I guess take a good look at my room here. You'd see, this is the last Weekly Blaze without any trees up. And yeah, next Weekly Blaze, a couple weeks, we'll have trees up. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, that should be the December news for Beyblade. The other one here, I also have, we'll skip a week, then we have November 24th through November 30th. That will be Thanksgiving. We'll do a Thanksgiving one. It's another year where Thanksgiving is actually, like, as late as it can possibly be. It always lands on the 4th Thursday of the month, which is the 22nd, the 28th. It's the 28th this year, so yeah, as late as it could possibly be. But, I will just do one for Thanksgiving. Just kind of another chill episode. I've had a few of these recently, I feel, but yeah. Another chill episode, just another one to talk about some stuff. It'll be fun. Why not? So, sure. Probably a shorter one, but still. Hopefully will be a decent one. Aside from that, we then get to Beyblade. So Beyblade will have quite a few videos. I'm not going to do any discussions, I don't think. Well, no. I'll do a news discussion, but I won't do any big discussions next month. I might save a couple for December or something, but, November, just kind of the basic stuff. We have the news, Beyblade discussion, of course, talking about the December releases. Beyblade Crimson Garuda 480 TP unboxing. Crimson Garuda looks pretty cool. Beyblade Samurai Saber 270L unboxing, another solid one. And of course, the big one, Beyblade Customized Set U unboxing. I'm very, very excited for that as well. These will probably be the videos earlier in the month, so the Ballman thing will probably be late in the month, and then, news will be middle of the month. But this month is going to be kind of weird, I'm not going to lie. So, well, let's keep going. So, I will say I might add another video or two. I haven't decided yet, but, depending on how things go, yeah, I might add another video or two, because I feel like this might end up being a little bit too, I don't know, it might not be too late, but, I don't know how I feel about the distribution of videos so far. Because it's very front-loaded, I feel. However, Bakugan as well. Bakugan videos will be in November. So I'm just going to say this right now. I do have actually a plan for Bakugan for the rest of this year. There will be 7 more Bakugan videos this year, which is a lot more than anyone probably would expect. But, okay, look, Baku Tech reviews. See, I finished them last year in November. And I've decided I'm not done yet. Well, it's not that I decided I'm not done. I just realized a while ago I'm not done yet. There's still more I have to do. I'm not doing any re-reviews or reviews of like recolors or anything. No. There are 7 Bakugan that I've talked about quite a bit this year, actually. I've talked about in multiple different videos this year, but I've never given proper reviews to them. It's the Bakugan Armors Bakugan. I've never given them proper Bakutech styled reviews. And I think I should. And now usually, I think since 2018, I've done them weekly on Mondays whenever I do them weekly. That's how it was when I did them in 18, as well as 19, when I was trying to do them like in May and June, but then I think end of 19 I just did one. Then 20, of course, November, December I did them weekly on Mondays, and then in 22 I had a few that just kind of came out, but again, the re-reviews in November and December were on Mondays. But then for 23, they just kind of came out when they came out. But now, I'm actually switching to Fridays. I don't know, I feel like it just feels a little bit more exciting. I don't know why, I feel like Sundays and Thursdays have a similar vibe, but I think Friday's more exciting. That also means I get to actually upload a video on November 1st, which is very cool. So November 1st, we'll have a video. And it will be a Bakugan video, so genuinely surprising there. But for that, we have, on November 1st, we'll have Bakugan Armors Rekka Hiryu review. 8th, Bakugan Armor's Shippuseki review. 15th, Bakugan Armor's Hadokaiwa review. 22nd, Bakugan Armor's Ikitosen review. This one, I believe based on the releases, does fall in the middle of Armor's, but usually gets pushed to last just because it is a special release. But I don't want to end on this one. I really don't want to end on Ikitosen of all things. That is lame. So I'm not ending them. We're going to do it in the middle. And then on the 29th, the last Bakugan video of the month, and also the last video I have planned for the month, is Bakugan Armor's Kappa Kudan... wait, no, I wrote that wrong. Whoops. Bakugan Armor's Ogan Hawa review. That will be the final one for November. So, Ogan Hawa on the 29th. But of course, December. So for December, I will also do some videos for Bakugan. So I believe it will be the 6th and the 13th will be the final Bakugan videos. 6th will be Bakugan Armor's Kappa Kudaku review. The 13th, assuming that I do stick to the Friday thing, I might, I could change it up actually. I might shift to Saturdays, maybe. But, yeah, I don't know. But, I think I said Sundays and Thursdays have a similar vibe. The reason I said that's because, I do tend to record them the night before. So that's why, because I feel like it feels like a similar day to me. I might put them up Saturday instead. I don't know yet. It's going to be Friday or Saturday. I'm thinking Friday, but could shift to Saturday. Might work out better for the sake of Beyblade unboxings, but I don't know. I still have to think about it, but yeah. Anyway. Regardless, I will do them like early on in the month though. It'll be 1st or 2nd, regardless. But anyway, and yeah, the final two will be, like I said, Bakugan Armor's Kakudeku review, and of course, the final one, Bakugan Armor's Yasho Tagaris review. That just feels right, because it's like a very overpowered Bakugan, very interesting, hard hit. Definitely has that kind of like Zeta Municus type energy, which is what I ended on last time. So I think any somewhat similar Bakugan vibe-wise is a good thing to do, so... Yep. Bakutech reviews are kind of back. They only put in the playlist, so I am counting them as Bakutech reviews. It's just that they won't be called Bakutech reviews, or Bakugan Armor's reviews. Yeah, I'm very excited for these. I mean, I do miss doing Bakutech reviews. It has been a while. It's been almost a year at this point. But yeah, unfortunately, this will actually just be it, I think. So I don't see myself doing Bakutech reviews after this. The Armor's reviews were always something that I could have done, and I kind of figured I would eventually do, but now it's like, yeah, no, there's just straight up nothing left after this, which is unfortunate, but I feel like at this point Bakutech has gotten really old again. Bakutech, as well as Bakugan Armors, it's all been done for over a decade. I know I got back into it. It was like barely a year after it finished, and I think they were still being sold in stores, like just kind of on clearance at that point, which is why they're so cheap, but at this point it's been over a decade. There is no really, like, no real reboot in sight for Bakutech like ever. I think it's just completely dead. And Bakugan obviously has been flopping. Gen 2, I mean, I know I said it was alright, but I think it was overall still a disappointment. I think people who like Gen 2, I think, fall into one of two categories. Either they like the TCG, fair enough. I don't think Bakugan should be a TCG, though. I think it has far more room to actually be interesting, but also I think other people who liked it and didn't care about the TCG, it was just cope. Sorry to say. Gen 1 was definitely better than Gen 2. I think saying otherwise is genuinely just cope. And then Gen 3, obviously, I think most people will say was bad, so... Will Spinmaster actually figure out a Gen 4 and make it decent? I don't know. Maybe I'd be more inclined to care more about Bakugan if they did, but at this point, I kind of want to take my leave from Bakugan to a large extent, I think. I will still do Bakutech stuff every now and again, so, like, at least sometimes, for sure. I am thinking first half of 25, let's do a couple of discussions on it, and then, of course, July 7th of next year, I do want to do the tier list in a way to kind of commemorate the 10-year anniversary of getting back into Bakutech, because I got my first order on the July 7th, 2015. And after that, yeah, Bakutech videos will be very, very rare, I would say. Maybe, hopefully, like 1 or 2 a year, but that's not exactly a high rate. yeah, no, it's kind of rough, but had to end eventually, I feel, and it'll just be kind of shift to being something that I just do on rare occasions. I don't think Bakugan really has much hype at all anymore. It's pretty dead. And unfortunately, Bakutech isn't there to be kind of something of interest like it was in 2015, 16, where people kind of flock to it, be like, oh, hey, there's this thing that we like kind of missed out on a couple of years ago. Like, wow, it's crazy. But now it's like nothing like that exists anymore. Bakutech is old news. It's expensive now. Yeah, it's hard to really get into it. So I'm kind of just trying to do everything, finish up everything I want to do before I am not done, but in a large part, kind of, sort of retired from. I mean, yeah, I can still come out and do some stuff here and there, but it'll be rare for sure. But yeah, that's my whole Bakugan thing. 'Cause that's why I'm doing the Bakugan stuff now, Bakugan armor stuff now. But anyway, that's my November schedule. Again, I might still add a couple extra things on here. Again, reimagining Bottleman is still a little bit uncertain. Depends if I can finish that or not. If not, then I'll just do another discussion. I have a few in mind, so we'll see. Beta videos, I don't have a ton planned, but again, I might do a couple smaller scale discussions or something. If I feel like I have good ideas. I did have a UX idea about UX's like improvement. Maybe that, maybe like another small one just to kind of fill out the month a little bit better, but we'll see. But yeah, for now, I think it's all for this video. Yeah, for this weekly blaze. Again, we'll be back in a couple weeks for the November news week, so a little while off. But after that, I will have a Thanksgiving one, and then I mean that's less of a gap for the December news week, and also then we have the Christmas episode and the New Year's one and stuff, and well, maybe New Year's. I'm not sure on that one, but definitely Christmas one. So again, there will be less gaps for the next few weekly blazes. This is our last, I guess, big gap for a couple months. So anyway. That's about for this episode, though. So, yeah, definitely a good news week. Feels like it's been a while since we've already gotten the news, but it's just a few days ago, I guess. But yeah, at least the releases come out fairly soon. Like, basically, what, like 2 weeks at this point? It's kind of crazy, actually. But yeah, anyways, that's all for this weekly blaze. So, thanks for watching, and bye.